Another day, another dollar. You know how I grind. Another episode of the Easy Corner. My guest, my second professional athlete ever on the Easy Corner.
Yes, sir.
He's coming from Australia, where he plays for the Perth Steelers. The quarterback, a little numbers, 2,100 plus passing yards, 1,500 plus rushing yards, 21 TDs. We have the quarterback from Houston, Texas, though, from Louisiana, but from New Orleans, but high school in Missouri, in Mo City, Texas, Willow Ridge High School. Quarterback Sean Brooks. How you doing today, bro?
What's up, people? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Sean, man, you coming from Australia for playing football, but obviously it come to a abrupt end by coronavirus. Just talk about your feelings about how this virus has just affected the world and obviously your career.
Well, my take on it, like how it affects the world, is really devastating that something so small that we weren't prepared for, and how it's keeping us all locked in, but staying motivated, staying positive, staying in shape, staying prayed up, and just hoping for the best.
Man, you come from Australia. Just talk about the differences in that country, knowing where you've been in the United States your whole life. So just talk about
it. Was a big culture shock.
Yeah, talk about it.
I can't even lie, man. It was a big culture shock. Just going there and everyone being friendly, like you would think Australia just looks like a desert, but nah, it really looked like San Diego. It was like palm trees everywhere, different type of parrots, different type of birds, crazy spiders. Got a story about spiders. It was crazy. Yeah, the people are nice, man. I didn't really run into too many rude people there. I didn't have to deal with police officers or anything like that. It was easy to find work. Like, I had side jobs while I was playing. It was easy to find work. Nice living situation. They had this thing called shared housing, so you pay every week rent or bi-weekly, which they call a fortnight. But you pay there. You have your own room and you share with different people from different backgrounds. So it was pretty cool.
The Perth Steelers, man.
Yeah.
I see the tape. I see what you're doing in the pocket, and I see you escaping, being that dual threat quarterback that you are.
Yeah.
Just talk about playing the position in that league, in the league that you're playing in, and how really tough is it? Because at the end of the day, you're still a professional football player, regardless if it's the XFL, the NFL, the Arena Football League. You're out there playing as a professional.
Facts.
Talk about it. And matter of fact, everybody would say it's the toughest position in sports, regardless of sports.
Yeah, it is.
Quarterback.
It is.
Talk about it.
It's definitely tough. This adapting to coming to their, they never had a quarterback like me. I don't like to say dual threat quarterback because I don't really put in that box. I'm just a quarterback that makes things happen.
Okay.
When you say dual threat quarterback, people just think that you're black and you just run.
No, but I would say dual is two things. So I'm just saying, obviously, like you're a quarterback,
but
like
multiple things.
Okay.
So I just don't limit myself to just being a dual threat.
I got
but playing a quarterback position takes a lot of work, a lot of preparation that a lot of people don't see. You have to actually take the time to watch film, so that's where the preparation starts. So I sat down, watched film of whatever we can find online on YouTube. Being that the Perth League is not like NFL or what we have here, finding ways to get an advantage is quite difficult. Because a lot of teams, it's a money-based league, so a lot of teams won't share their information with you because you can get the one up on them. So my team being that last year they didn't win any games.
Yeah.
So me coming in there and changing that around, changing the organization around, building the players up because they never had a quarterback, so they just ran the ball all the time. So showing them how to catch all over again, showing my offensive line different schemes on how to block. And I had some help from Coach Kyle Buchanan.
Okay.
Yeah, he was at Saul Ross.
Okay, so Ross. Okay.
So he's another. He's from Arkansas, but Saul Ross is a Texas school.
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
Just going through that with him and another American, Elijah. He's from San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah, so just going over stuff with them, help get the team prepared to go into battle. So pretty much my preparation day would start with just me watching film. Closing my eyes, visualizing, going through what I need to go through, going through mental reps when I'm out there, taking a nap before the game.
Gotcha.
Got to take a nap.
Got to.
Got to take a nap. That's how I calm down. And then listen to some R&B right before the storm. You know what I'm saying?
What you listening to, man, on that R&B?
You know, little Mike, little Sade. You know.
I got you. I got you. Talk about your league, though, because at the end of the day, like I said, you're a premier guy in these leagues with big numbers. Yeah. Like you said, like honestly, you're changing a franchise culture, but how you're elevating right now, I believe you're changing a league. Talk about your league.
Having referees and players come up to me each game and say, "I'm excited to see you play."
Whew.
You know, that's different because in college I played receiver. Mm-hmm. You know, they knew that I had the opportunity, the chance to play quarterback, but I was so good at receiver too, so I excelled there. But just going there and Coach Kyle entrusted me in playing quarterback, and the referees come like, "Man, can't wait to see you play. I seen what you did last week. I heard what you did last week. Can't wait to see you play." And having other players come scouts like, "Man, we heard what you did. Like, we trying to stop you." So our objective is to stop you. That was probably the best part. Like getting my roses while I can still smell them.
I got you.
You know what I'm
saying? When you guys got guys like referees and other coaches and teams coming up to you, knowing from what you came from to getting the ultimate respect, not just as a quarterback, but in a league. Right. Talk about that.
Oh man, the ultimate respect. It was very humbling. Mm-hmm. Very humbling. It was also crazy and surreal. Like just having that patch on me that I evolved the league from what was once a running league to now air raid type of league where they're throwing the ball now and making teams have to play not 10 in the box or 8 in the box, whereas you have the 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, and your safety coming down. But no, you have to play everything. You have to cover the pass. You have to cover the run. You have to cover the draw. Everything is open now. So that was a real experience that I would cherish forever. Like, can't be taken away.
Can you talk about how the game is evolving outside the United States? Because obviously, like I said, when we think of football, America is the capital of football country. But you're taking your talents to Australia. You said that you're supposed to be in Europe. So just talk about how the game is evolving nationwide, around the world, worldwide.
It's really getting football will take over every sport in the next couple of years, in my opinion.
Talk about that, because that's a strong statement.
It is a strong statement, because when you go to other countries like Europe is controlled by soccer. Yeah. Let's keep that straight. Australia is controlled by Australian football, which is like rugby, but not like rugby at all. Okay. So coming there, trying to build a fan base, meeting people and telling them to come out, it was like, oh, we didn't even know that, we had this here. We would watch the games at 3 in the morning, being that it's a 12-hour time difference. The NFL games that we would watch, they would watch at 3 in the morning. So they knew players like Odell Beckham and Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, the big people. They played Madden. So Australia is very Americanized, whether we realize it or not. It's just like America. They just have a different type of accent. It's on a different side of the world. But, man, it is growing rapidly. It is growing rapidly. And if any of you guys have the chance to go overseas, take that opportunity.
I love it.
Don't just try to settle just for, I didn't make it to the NFL, so I'm going to. No, go live your dreams, because that's what I did. Me being, I make 28. I make 28, May 10th. So a lot of people are like, you too old to be playing football right now. But I had the opportunity to do something that I want to do my whole life. Yeah. That was my dream, to play professional football, and I'm doing it to the highest degree. And everybody's starting to take notice. So don't let no one tell you that your age, you can't do it because of your age or where you come from or your background, or you didn't go to a big school. Because there's opportunities out there. You just have to know how to get there. And if anybody wants information on how to get there, hit me up. Hit Easy up. I'm more than open to help you get to reach your dreams. Because that's my dream, to see everybody else successful around me.
Talk about your path. The way that you, like I said, I've been knowing you for almost a decade now. We just talked about we've always talked this, but it's always been good conversations. But this is like probably our first time literally in a room together, talking and going deep. So just talk about the path on where you started when you say, like you said, you're from New Orleans first, before anything Houston. So talk about from New Orleans, making the move to Houston,
Right.
and then obviously going to college, and now to Perth.
Yeah. So, being down from New Orleans, football was big.
Yeah.
Football was down in New Orleans. So, played park ball, played for a team called Huntersville. But football wasn't my first sport. Baseball was my first sport.
How were you a baseball guy down south of Louisiana like that, New Orleans like that?
It was different. And I fell in love with it the first time I hit a ball. The first time I pitched, I fell in love with it because it was so meticulous and everything was detailed to the point where it's like you had no choice but to fall in love with it. Like maybe watching it was boring, but actually playing it. And then my grandmother, she's from Boston, and I went up there and I seen the Red Sox game on TV.
Okay.
And I was like, nah, this is what I want to do.
Manny Ramirez and all them guys.
But then I had a teacher. Well, he was like a substitute teacher at my school called Big Ike.
Yeah.
And Big Ike was the coach of the football team. He was like, man, you playing the wrong sport. You playing the wrong sport.
What position were you playing in baseball, though?
I was playing pitcher. I was playing center field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's very athletic positions.
Right.
Well,
yeah. So he was like, you playing the wrong sport. You got too much speed. And you quite bigger than most of the other kids that you're playing against. He was like, come try out football. If you don't like it, you can quit and go back to baseball. So I went out football, and I loved it. It was different. It challenged me. It was contact. I felt like a gladiator. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me fall in love with it. So it was all, it started out with Big Ike at Huntersville. And then I played for Line Center for like a year. But then it was too far, so we really couldn't even get over there. So then come to, middle school, sports wasn't really, it disappeared. I don't know, somehow I got into music.
Yeah, man. but like the thing about it is, Lil Wayne was the best rapper at the time. So like New Orleans, of course, you get Lil Wayne was probably the #1 rapper at the time when you were in middle school.
It's crazy because like my youngest brother, his father, he raps. So he was with No Limit, I think.
Yeah.
So you see Murder. So I've seen all of them around. So you see Murder, Currency. I've seen So I've seen them. So music was big, and then being New Orleans, a music city, like you had no choice. But like sports was cool. Yeah. But it was like music is it. Like you was getting scholarships to go to middle school for music. Yeah. So I started playing saxophone, and I enjoyed that. I played for 2 years, but then it was like Katrina happened.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother story. Yeah, but Katrina happened. We had to relocate to Houston. So I got to Houston. I went to Lanier Middle School.
Lanier, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
So by the time we got there, football season had already been over, and we were just trying to play catch up. Being that our school system is pretty much, it's so low that when we come here, it was a totally different ball game. Yeah. So it was pretty much just trying to play catch up. So after that, because we were staying in a hotel that whole year of my 8th grade year. Okay. So we moved to Bridegate, Mo City. My 9th grade year, and I enrolled in Willow Ridge. I went to Willow Ridge.
Talk about that experience, because Willow Ridge, I know you've heard the legendary story, especially sports wise. Till this day, still the last state champions from Fort Bend. Of course, Thurman Thomas, also all of them. So just talk about.
Shout out to the Ridge. But I went to Willow Ridge. Heard about all the rich history. Coach Skrulak was the head coach at the time. But being that I was a freshman, I think Coach Wolf was my coach. Okay. Coach Wolf was a big basketball guy. People from they know Coach Wolf. Yeah. So he asked me the position I played. So I was like running back. So he's like halfback or fullback. And I was playing sports, but we just had one running back.
Yeah, like a terminology.
Yeah, we had one running back. I wasn't hip to the terminology. So we had one. He was like, "You play halfback or fullback?" In my head, I'm thinking fullback mean in the game all the time. Halfback mean half the time. I was totally wrong. So I was like, "Fullback." He was like, he looked at me, like, "You sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure, fullback." He was like, "All right, fullback it is." So I got to practice. I was like, line up here. And I looked back, and somebody was behind me. And he was like, get down 3-point stand. I'm like, what? Nah, bro. Like, this the wrong thing. He was like, well, you say you play fullback. So my whole freshman year, I played fullback, and I got some touches. I got some touches. It was cool, but I'm not a blocker. I'm a finesser.
Yeah.
So
that was the time, like, Reggie Bush was hot too. So
Exactly.
like, you looking like I'm not trying to block. I'm trying to do that.
2007, like I'm seeing football for what it is.
Yeah.
Like football is it for me. Like that's all I know now. This is the only reason why I'm continuing to go to school.
Yeah.
Because I want to play. This is why I keep my grades up, because I want to play football.
Yeah.
So I bounced around between football and baseball, track, during my time in Roller Ridge. Then I was supposed to go to Southern University in Baton Rouge to play football, but my grade just wasn't there.
Talk about that though, because younger viewers, talk about the importance of grades. Because honestly, like I tell everybody, people don't know my story.
Right.
3-year middle school, I did 4. I always preach to my team, get your grades up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Grades are important. You cannot do anything without grades. I don't care how many scholarship offers you got. I don't care how many stars you got. I don't care how many numbers you got. You cannot do nothing without the grades. Yeah. So make sure you stand at least 2.5. Yeah. At least. Shoot for 3 points. Yeah. But 2.5 and up. I graduated
because they don't realize like the sports will stop.
The sports end.
Yeah.
Sports end.
Another life to live.
Yes, sports definitely ends. Your body gives out, especially if you're not eating right. But we can get to that later. We can talk about the importance of nutrition.
Yeah.
Exercise. But yeah, I graduated high school with a 2.2. That didn't qualify me for the NCAA clearinghouse. So scholarship gone, walk-on opportunity gone. You know what I'm saying? You lose everything. So I went to Blinn. Went there for a tryout. Made the first round. There's a second round. So a lot of people don't know, at Blinn, at that time, Cam Newton had just left. Yeah, National JUCO Player of the Year, National Championship. Right. This is 2010. Cam Newton just left. He went to Auburn, and they pumping out D1 players. Like any school you can think of, they pumping them out. So I'm like, all right, this is my time. Let me go ahead and get my grades up. Get on the team, do my thing. So I went, we're going back a little bit. So sophomore, junior, senior year, I moved to receiver. So I was playing receiver that whole time. And my senior year, my numbers weren't like that. I don't know why, won't get into politics. But I never was in trouble, nothing like that. But it just was different type of circumstances. We had one of the fastest running backs in the nation. So it is what it is. It's passed, but went there for receiver, and they would stack their receivers.
Of course,
So I can just tell you the person who's in front of me, D.D. Westbrook. Right. So now he's
Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
He's playing Oklahoma now at the Jags. So D.D. was in front of me. It was D.D. and a whole bunch of other people. So Blinn was stacked. Just trying to get in there. So I went there, got to school. Messed up a little bit because I was like, I'm not going to play football, so I'm about to get on these girls.
That's where I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's what I really wanted to ask you. How does that? Because I always say I really think that JUCO life, like it forms a different hunger. But in your case, I do want to ask you. Now you're taking a year off of football, knowing that you're not playing.
Yes.
Now go into that.
Yeah, taking that year off. JUCO is make or break. A lot of people ain't built for JUCO. So me, I was like, okay, this is the opportunity for me to get my grades up, because I can still walk on anywhere. So I kept working out. I did they have like a intramural football. Showed out in that, So then the coach was like, why aren't you playing quarterback? Because in the intramurals, that's what I played, quarterback. He was like, why aren't you playing quarterback? I was like, in high school I played receiver, so that's what I'm gonna play. Like, I was so stuck and simple-minded and selfish that I didn't see what they were actually telling me. I didn't see what people around me were telling me. Like, and Blinn was full of players, and it was like, you need to be playing quarterback. And I was like, nah, I want to play receiver. Like, this is what I practice my craft on. I'm watching Chad Johnson every day, learning how to stop on the dime. I'm watching T.O. physicality and speed. I'm watching Randy Moss one-hand catches. And this is before Odell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to Moss people.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Those were the three best at the time, and Marvin Harrison too.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Marvin Harris, Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, I had idols. Larry Fitzgerald,
Andre Johnson.
I'm trying to be like these players. You know what I'm saying? I really model my game after Anquan Bolden.
Anquan, that's a
physical,
dog.
Being a physical receiver. You know what I'm saying? Possession type of guy who can break it at any time, but being a possession type of guy. So that's who I wanted to be like. But then a tragedy in the family happened. My brother got really sick.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's all good, bro. He better now. He had kidney failure.
Okay.
At age of, he had to be. He's 2 years younger than me, so he had to be 16, 17.
Stuff.
Yeah, so I dropped out, started working, got a real job. The real world hit me because I didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't know if I was going to lose my best friend or, you know, what the situation was going to be. So I got a job to help out, pay bills. And then I was just depressed, you know. I was like, I got to do something else. Like, this ain't it. So I quit working. I told my mom, this is a decision, you know. I quit working. I want to go back to school and play ball.
What'd your mom say when she initially heard that? Because at the end of the day, like you said,
right,
you've become to take that man role,
right,
and then you, like you said, you put your dreams on hold to make sure that your family was okay.
Right.
So when it came for you to make that decision, most young guys wouldn't really make that tough decision, but you did.
Right.
Talk about that conversation with your mother, knowing that ultimately you were trying to achieve your goals and your dreams and your aspirations.
So he eventually got a kidney. So, you know, all praise to God. But she was like, if this is what you want to do it. I can't help you because we're not in this situation financially. I've never been to college. I don't know how this works. But if this is what you want to do, go for it. If I can help you in any way, I'm going to help you. But like I said, I've never done this. So I started sending out recruitment emails, handwritten letters, and workout tapes to different schools. You have to make it personal.
Gotcha.
You have to make, if no one's looking at you because you don't go to this big school, make sure you handwrite notes, handwrite letters, and make it personal. Make it personal because people will take a chance on you being a bigger man and knowing your story. They'll give you a chance. So the small junior college, back to JUCO route, small junior college hit me up in Minnesota. Mind you, I've never been to Minnesota. They was like, yeah, we would love to have you if you wanna join. I'm like, of course. This is the opportunity I pray for. So I pray and I ask God this situation that it is.
How old were you at that time?
I was 20. I had to be 21, 22.
Okay, so basically,
I was old.
It's not even you're old. Like, people are graduating college, but you're starting to.
I'm starting. You're starting college.
Yeah, starting your career.
Yeah. So, starting. All my teammates were younger than me, and that's how it's been up and forever. But yeah, I took the chance on Minnesota. I went there, and it was winter time. It was so it was spring, but we all know the seasons of spring.
I have a question right before you get into that.
Right.
Because my story is kind of similar.
Right.
How does your mindset change knowing that you're older? Because I went to TSU later. People don't understand. I spent 4 years at HCC. Right. So by the time I got to TSU,
right,
I knew what the party experience was.
Right.
I knew what the college life was because at the end of the day I was at HCC, but I hit up every college in the past 4 years. But now I know when I went to TSU, it was about business.
Right.
Talk about the business mindset. But you got your teammates that's really not on that same page because they're 18, 19.
Facts. So going to Minnesota was a culture shock, first of all. I've never seen, I've seen snow just because I traveled a lot, but getting off the plane and not being able to breathe because the air is so thin, and then the snow is just as tall as you, that was the first shock. So getting to campus, it was, like I said, it was in the spring, so you don't have football in the spring in Minnesota because it's snow, it's ice everywhere. So we working out, and I see people taking it for granted. Everyone's, they just play the season, So you have all these freshmen here who just played the season, and technically I'm a freshman there. So grade-wise, class-wise, I'm a freshman, and everybody wants to go out on a weekend to Fargo. Fargo was the next big city to where I was, in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. So Fargo, they had NDSU, and they were on their championship run. So players from
North Dakota State, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So our players, you know, they would go down, and I went down a couple times just because I'm new. I'm not really trying to fit in.
But like, you know, those still your teammates.
Right.
Like let's try to. At the end of the day,
let's try
you're getting in the trenches with.
Let's try to build.
Yeah.
Right. So we building, and, you know, we partying, but I'm like, I've done this.
Yeah.
You know, being at Blinn, I was at PV every weekend. You know what I'm saying? I was at Texas State. I was at UT. I was at UTSA. So I traveled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Blinn is a big party school, but
the schools around it.
Schools around it. Schools around it. You know, you have your little, you know, you dabble in everything up there. So yeah, I go there, and it was totally different. Like, the parties were different. The women were different. I had to realize that I'm no longer in my comfort zone. So that's when I was like, okay, this is either you failed the first time. Now you're on a team. Either you're gonna take it serious, or you're gonna crumble. Like I said, JUCO life ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, no, I'm gonna take it serious. So I took some players under my wing, and I was like, you know what, partying and everything is cool, but what do you want to be when it's all said and done? What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done? Because I knew where I wanted mine to be. So got them in the weight room. We started working out every day. I had 2 jobs there, so doing 2 jobs, school, football, and, you know, mentoring people at the same time. It can get kind of tedious, you know what I'm saying? It can get strenuous on the body, but you have to know that you can do this or you can do this. And this route ain't going to lead you to nowhere, because this route got you in a situation the first time, and that's not taking school serious, not taking grade serious, not taking football real serious. This route is, okay, man up, handle your business, because you can't call on mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You out here by yourself, you don't know nobody, and where you come from, trust is not a big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to really get it out the mud and get it on your own. So I chose this route. I chose to get it on my own. I didn't, you know, I couldn't call home and tell my mom, like, you know, I need some money, because we didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So got 2 jobs, and my mindset was just like, do it.
What was the name of this JUCO in Minnesota?
Oh, it was called Minnesota State Fergus Falls
Okay.
Community and Technical College.
Okay. But at the end of the day, they had a football.
They had a football team.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough. I went there to play receiver. Had a really good 1 year there. I stayed there for 1 year. I was one and done.
What was the stats like, bro?
So I was at receiver. So stats was like, mind you, we only had 10 games.
Okay.
Kids, I got suspended the last 2 games. A fight broke out, right?
Okay.
No.
Because the only reason why I'm looking like this is because, like, I can understand at 19, but now you're 20, like 21. So like, so like,
fight breaks out. I go to pull my teammates out the aisle. And because they see me run back on the field, it's like, oh, you initiated it. So suspended the last 2 games, but I think I had about 600 yards receiving. Okay, in 10 games, that's still good. Right, 8 games. 8 games, yeah. 5 touchdowns. So yeah, like, so that means like what, 50 to 60 catches then, right? It was probably less than that. Ooh, dang! So that means your yards per catch was great. My go-to route was the sluggo. I'm stopping on down thanks to Chad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm breaking them off. We went through 3 different quarterbacks. Yeah, so it was definitely challenging at the least. But one of my friends, he was like, the quarterback, we were roommates, and he was like, yo, after this season, I'm out. He was like, I'm going back to Boston. I'm going to Fitchburg State, and I'm going to try to play there. And he was like, you need to get out too. You're too good to be here. So we made it to the playoffs, but then we got disqualified because 2 of our players were playing ineligible. You knew you had to get out. I knew I had to get out then. At that point, I was like, okay, this just gotta go. I gotta do what's best for me. Being that I'm 21, 22 now, I do what's best for me. So, I signed up for this recruiting type of thing.
Website,
Prep Star.
Yeah.
I signed up for them, and I was paying them every month, but I was just like, I'm really not
You seen the results or
seeing the results. Not saying that they don't produce results, because I had tons of schools hitting me up saying, okay, I like your film. Is there more, or what's the situation with you? And a lot of schools hitting me up, being D1 schools. You tell me your age, you're like, oh, your clock is. You only play 1 year.
It's kind of funny that you say that,
right.
But then I look at Oklahoma State when Brandon Whedon was there.
Right.
He was 28. But
the difference between me and Brandon Whedon was he was playing baseball full time before.
Yeah.
So if I had went to the Army or did missionary work or something like that, that would allow me to have my clock back. So kids, make sure y'all understand what your clock is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand. Your clock starts as soon as you graduate.
Yeah.
You have 5 years after you graduate high school to play NCAA Division I football.
Yeah.
So make sure we get that out there.
I got you.
Inform you what's going on, because a lot of people don't tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
So that happened. So I had some big schools, man. Big schools. But there's one school called Greenville University. It was Greenville College at the time. And Southern Illinois hit me up, and I turned them down 3 times. I'm like, D3? Like, what?
Yeah.
D3. But don't sleep on the D3s.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, I learned that from my brother Peyton. He played at Concordia, made all defensive team, and there's some scores that I said, put them on my team.
There's some dogs in D3.
Yeah.
Do not sleep on a school because of the division.
Yeah. Because you don't know the circumstances of the situation.
You don't. You don't know. You like you said, you don't know what you're gonna get, and I am so thankful that I picked that school to go to. Because not only did it challenge me as a football player,
challenge me as a student,
it challenged me as a man.
That's good.
Because I had coaches that were willing to pour into me as men of God. Greenville, so it's called Greenville University. If anybody want to go there, hit your boy up. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a Christian university, Southern Illinois, and they teach you that it's not all about winning. At the end of the day, they can make you a better man than they've done their goal. And that's what I took away with me. So let's backtrack to Greenville. I get there, Southern Illinois. The coach Shoemaker, what's up? He see me. He's like, "You're a little big for a receiver," but I'm older than everybody. So I don't think he realized that I've really been lifting weights like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So working in warehouses, working in furniture jobs, like I really was lifting weights. He's like, you big for a receiver, but we can use that. So I get there. I had 2 receivers in front of me. One was 6'4", and the other one was, he's just been there for a long time. I don't know how tall he was. I can't remember, but yeah, they had some dogs there. One of my teammates actually, who graduated the year before me, Nicholas Moore. He plays for the Raiders. He's going to his 3rd year. So
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? D3 does produce NFL players for anybody who wants to know.
Yeah. You know, honestly, like I give them more of a shot because the NFL got 7 rounds. Exactly. So like scouts are coming everywhere. You know they're there.
Exactly. Scouts will come if you produce. So he made me see like scouts come to watch you. So every time a scout will come, I'll try to put on a show. I also mind I'm still playing receiver at this time. So I'm one hand catching it, but it's like they ain't looking for me. You know what I'm saying? They looking for Nick. That was it. So every time they would come, I would try to put on a show, but then I would realize that, you know what I'm saying, it's different. Because with the notoriety that I got in Australia, he got that in college.
Yeah.
So referees and other teams were coming up to him and saying, I can't wait to see you play. And he's a middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can't wait to see you play. So I was like, I want that position. So what I got to do to get that position? So I became selfish. I stopped talking to everybody. And I was just doing my thing. I was lashing out. Then the coach poured into me. Like, if you want to get to this level, you got to be like him. And Nick is a selfless person. You know what I'm saying? For me to even sit here and talk about him, selfish person. So it's me watching him and modeling after him would help me a lot. So, going to school in Southern Illinois, you want to expect, the type of people you meet. So me coming, you got people from everywhere: California, Florida, Texas, Missouri. So you meet all different types of people. So I was put in a role of leadership.
Yeah.
Being that I am older, so just like your experience, you know a little bit more. We need your help to help connect with these players because obviously we're not getting to them. So that's where,
How big was that for you, knowing that the coaches had trusted in you to do that?
Huge. My first year, so I enrolled there as a sophomore. So my first year, I was speaking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just after I got myself together, I was speaking to everybody, and I was telling my story. I was telling them how I came from where I was to where I am now. And my junior year, I was elected captain. My senior year, I was elected captain again. So that whole mindset was like the guys before me, they didn't bring the younger guys up along with them. Like when I came there, it wasn't the receivers. Like if you were cool, you was cool. You know how football works. Like if you was cool, because in college, like a lot of people don't realize there's a JV and there's a varsity. So I went straight to varsity. Because I was already developing my skill. But if you're on JV, a lot of varsity players aren't talking to you. Even though if you make the travel squad, they still won't talk to you. So they didn't really do a good job of bringing people up with them because they was already said like, "Oh, I'm about to graduate."
In hindsight, are you glad it happened the way it happened? Because who knows, 4 or 5 years ago, are you talking to those JV guys? But knowing now that you've got, not only have you developed as a player, but you've developed as a man and matured and seen things that other young kids hadn't seen. Like, just talk about that, man.
Yeah, so I think if everything didn't happen the way it happened, I would have been cocky, egotistical, arrogant, and selfish. You know what I'm saying? Just because I knew how good I was, and everybody around me knew how good I was, and they were telling me like, "Yo, you have a chance." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if I would have went straight into college, D1, D2, D3, at 18, I would have been a totally different person. Knowing that you're the man on campus, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that, you can do pretty much whatever you want, in a sense. If I had that mindset, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about, a professional career. So, I mean, that really, God don't make no mistakes.
God, you're right. You're right.
God don't make no mistakes at all.
One thing I do want to touch on, you actually broke the curse of graduating with your family.
I did, man. I did.
So I want to know your feelings about it, but I also want to know your mom's feelings, because at the end of the day, that's the one that's been with you. So at the end of the day, you sacrificed the time for her to obtain, not only to live your dreams of playing football, but you probably maintain a goal, because graduating to me is like a goal. It's not really a dream. You dream of walking across that stage, but the goal is a goal to make sure I walk out with some degree. Talk about that. What that degree has done for you and your family. So,
like I said earlier, I graduated Willowridge with a 2.2 GPA. I graduated college with a 3.4. You know what I'm saying? I took it serious. I wanted to break the curse. No one in my family has ever graduated. So, I had the opportunity to go to a combine and an opportunity to go overseas early. Straight out of my senior year, like right after football season. So, I did the combine. At the NFL Combine, I sprained my ankle bad. Couldn't finish. Stocks down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all this work. I think in that time, I got blinded by everything that was happening, so I forgot God. So I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. You calling me back to you, so take the school stuff more serious. Appreciate what's about to happen. Being that I'm the first person to graduate college in my family, I can honestly tell you that would have been better than getting drafted. I broke a curse. Like, coming from New Orleans, having people tell you you're not even going to make it to see 18, and then, going to college, failing twice, coming back, then graduating with 3.4 in criminal justice, I couldn't write a better script. And then, like, for my mom, that was the first time me hearing her tell me she was proud of me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that meant more. Like, you know, of course, if I would have made it to the league or whatever, that would have been cool too. But that just, at the time, that just wasn't in God's plan. I'm not saying that it's not in His future, because only He knows the plan. He can open up any door, He can close any door. So, but that moment meant more. I shut down everything. I'm like, nah, I'm not going overseas right now. This is more important to me. Walk across that stage, hearing them say my name, shaking the president's hand at my school, turning my tassel to the other side. That was more important.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
That was more
that
important.
happened.
That was like winning a Grammy.
Yeah. Because they call your name and then on stage, like, we don't know if everybody, you feel like at that moment everybody's cheering for you, even though everybody just cheering throughout. But like,
yeah, like, you know how like Meek Mill say that Rollie was my Grammy, and that diploma was my Grammy.
Oh my God.
Not only did I set myself up for the future, but I set the generation that come behind me up.
Yeah, that anything's possible, bro.
Right, because now they have something to look up to and say, oh, this is how he did it. Let me do it better. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now you're a quarterback. Talk about that switch, because talk about that switch, man.
So in college, right, I had trick plays. Cause like I said, they knew I could play quarterback, so they knew I could throw the ball. So shout out to Coach Flan for the trick plays.
Yeah, shout out.
Coach Flan used to put in trick plays just to give me better opportunities. So Coach Kyle, he's seen that on my tape, cause I sent my tape out, and it's not a hard process to get overseas. You go to a website, you put it in, you put your tape up, and you wait. You're your own agent, so you wait. It's a waiting game, and so Coach Kyle hit me up. He was like, yo, you want to come to Australia and play quarterback? I was like, quarterback? I'm like, Coach, you don't see my film on the receiver. He was like, I see your film and I see what you got. So he was like, you come and be my quarterback. I was like, well, if you trust me enough to be a quarterback, I'm your guy. And he was like, there's only one catch. They don't pay. So at that time, it was like, you want to live your dreams? You're going to be a professional quarterback? Or you're going to pass up on an opportunity? I prayed, and God said, go do it. I got something better for you later. Okay. Go do it. So I get there. They hooked me up with a job. You know what I'm saying? And everything was copacetic. Everything was going. Everything started flowing. And the same way I prep for receiver was the same way I prep for quarterback. But at this time,
it's like you're responsible for
I'm responsible for everything.
Everything.
So, but the role of me being the leader and captain at Greenville prepared me. Yeah. I didn't realize that everything that had transpired, from my brother getting sick and me having to work leadership role in the house, me going to Minnesota, being a captain, leadership role, then transferring on my own. Without the coaches, the coaches didn't want me to transfer, but I was like, I have to do this for me, leadership role. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Getting to Greenville, leadership role in my receiver corps. Then my junior year, team captain. Senior year, change the program, team captain. It was all prepping me to be that leader. Everything I've been through, like changing sports, from baseball to football, leadership. Everything's prepping me to be a leader. So the leadership role was always there. I just had to unlock it.
I love it.
I just had to unlock it.
Man, dang. That's just deep. Before we go, I always do this.
Right.
You're a quarterback now.
Yeah.
So, honestly, give me your top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now.
Top 5.
And your top 5 quarterbacks of all time.
Okay. Top 5 in the league right now. You want it 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
Honestly, it's up to you. Whatever.
I'm gonna do 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
I'm gonna do 1 to 5. So 1, Drew Brees. You laughing?
But no. I listen.
He don't get enough respect.
No. Listen, I was a Drew Brees fan when he was in San Diego. Okay. So I believe it. I just don't believe he's won. But he's in my top 5. Okay. I don't believe he's won.
Tell you why he's my 1, and then I go down. He leads the league in passing yards.
Okay.
He's first in completion percentage at 65.
Okay.
Touchdowns.
Okay.
He's number one in every category. He just doesn't get the respect that he deserves because he only has one Super Bowl. But still, Your Highness.
Okay.
That's dope.
Okay.
And I actually met him in person. He's a real cool guy.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Austin Westlake, man. Westlake High, man. We really know, man.
Exactly. Two, Tom Brady. Like, I'm not going to.
Okay.
People going to put Tom first, but he's second to me. Just because he's second to Drew Brees in every category.
Is this right now of all time?
This is right now.
Okay.
So he's second. Third, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Being that I'm only 6 feet, so I was gonna ride a short quarterback.
Yeah.
Because we know we make things happen.
Okay.
Fourth, I'll have to say Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
That man is phenomenal the way he plays.
Okay.
Fifth, Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
He's up and coming.
Okay. Because I see what you're doing. Because like right now, I'm a Tom Brady guy. Everybody knows I love Tom Brady. That is my guy. But I'm a realist. I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback right now. Right now, I think I give the edge to Patrick Mahomes. Right
you
now,
think he's better than Russ?
I think he is.
Russ is a magician, man.
No, Russ is good. Don't get me wrong. Like he's the one that's really gets disrespected.
He does.
He really gets disrespected. But I just think that sometimes they judge him off his first Super Bowl run, but they don't think he's really responsible for that run.
Right.
It was the defense. But now it's him. But to me, Russell Wilson is the dude right now that's having a more like Tom Brady career.
Yes.
Because in the beginning of Tom Brady's phase, it was the defense, the dominant defense, and he's getting a Super Bowl.
All through Tom Brady's phases, all defense.
Well, not these last three. It was on Brady. Man. Brady's the best.
It's Edwards.
Top five of all time.
Well, I'm gonna put Lamar at 6 because
of course.
I still need to see him throw some more.
Of course. Lamar is my 6.
Okay, but all time, 5 is Peyton.
Hey man, okay. I can do it.
4, I would have to go with. It's hard. It's hard when you say all time.
I know.
It's hard. 4, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Vic. Vic changed the game. Vic made dual quarterbacks a thing. He might not have the numbers of Super Bowl, but that's my all-time.
Okay. Well, you're all
time.
Okay.
Third, Johnny Unitas.
Okay. Yeah, the innovator of the passing in the
exactly. I'm a student of the game.
Okay.
That was what, third? So second would have to be Joe Montana.
Okay.
And one that's hard.
Yeah.
One that's because it'd be a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm biased, so
you got to go Drew Brees.
I'm going Drew.
Hey, listen. Tom Brady is one for me, but the one guy that I feel like they don't really get the respect is Brett Favre for the picks. But I would say this: I believe Brett Favre really made, even though the NFL is already marketable, I think Brett Favre elevated the marketable because of storytelling and how much fun he had playing the game. So I really think that Brett Favre would be in my 5.
But there was so many people, like I want to throw Dante Culpepper in.
Yeah, Donovan McNabb responsible for the
exactly.
No, I understand because trust me, that's our era. That's our era. So how we ended is basically throw out your Twitter, your Instagram. If you have TikTok, because everybody's doing the TikTok thing.
TikTok.
Okay. If you have Snap, you can throw that out there. But just go ahead.
Yes, sir. Follow me on Twitter at JustSean16.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram at _greatness _walks. And then on there you can find me on Snapchat. But a lot of people don't get the Snap. Snap is for my friends.
I got you. I am the Easy Corner. Follow me on Instagram, the Easy Corner, and follow me on Twitter, Easy_Corner1. I'm here with the quarterback, the Perth Steelers.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sean Brooks. See you next time.
All right, yo.
How was it?
That was fun.
Bro,
that was fun.